Hi everyone, it's great to see you. I'm outside for just a few moments. It's been very, very warm these past few days, but there are a couple of daylilies in bloom that I want to show you. So here are the daylilies that are around the deck, and these are two new additions that I planted last year. This is pink mosaic, and I just love how deep all these crevices are in the petals. It's really thickly rippled. The actual petals are really thick, and it's like there are creases. The texture is just fascinating here. And then right next to it, also a new daylily that I first planted last year. This is Big Fuss. Now, Big Fuss is a big double daylily, so it has this extra part in the middle. I love it. It's this really pretty yellow to peach color and just really fabulous. It's a short daylily in the front here, but just bringing me so much joy. And as I look out the window, I just get to see so many pretty, pretty things in bloom right now. I also want to give you an update on a couple of the planters that I've been doing. So as we walk down the path here, you know, I divided and moved that big stained glass hosta. While I was at it, I have my new Eclipse hydrangea, which has this gorgeous, deep, dark foliage. And I thought that I would start to train some creeping Jenny around the edge. Now, creeping Jenny is really, really easy to spread. You can tell that I just have a few little pieces stuck in around here. So I did this a number of days ago, and it's all alive. It does not look its best yet, but I want to show you how I did that. So the creeping Jenny that I have planted in a lot of the planters is doing great. I'm going to walk you over here to where I have some creeping Jenny in these planters, and if you look, it's actually trailing on the ground now. So when I pull this up, look, there are little tiny roots where it has started to root into the ground. So all I have to do is pinch this off or break it off, and I see those roots already started there. And then I just go back to the planter that I want to add it to and stick it in the pot. It is so, so easy. So here's one. This one needs some serious water. I'm just going to see if you can see this. Tap it in a bit, maybe cover it a little bit, but not really much, and leave it there. Make sure it stays moist, and it is just going to root right in. Now, this particular planter is one that I'm also going to give you an update on. It had a rather sad looking heuchera that I sort of broke when I added to it the other day, but it is doing fine. All the heuchera are filling in nicely. So, you know, with a lot of these plants, it's just amazing. They have a great will to survive. So feel free to break off some pieces of your beautiful creeping Jenny and plant that somewhere else. Here's a little update on the coleus that I had grown inside. Look at how beautiful they are. I am loving them. Look at the pink leaves of this one. Isn't that gorgeous? So pretty, and it just reminds me how worth it is to start these from seed. Some of these have started to flower, and I am just picking the flowers off. And I think that's working really, really well for me. Here's the side yard. Now, down here, these bright pops of green, this is the lemon coral sedum. They have really filled in well here. I don't know if they'll come back next year, but I like how they look so much. I have to say, I think I will continue with them. We are walking to the front yard here, and I am so pleased with how both the New Guinea impatiens and the sun patience have done. They are just looking great. However, I am noticing that as we've hit the hot weather, our bunny is nibbling on the flowers. I find that they tend to do that sort of later in the year. So generally they start in the front and they work back, which is hilarious. And they also really like these that I planted around the circle here. They just seem to be going after them. We're seeing some yellowing leaves, which to me means I need to get out and do a little bit of fertilizing, but that's okay. It's normal for this time of year. We are out here because I want to show you this planter. Isn't that gorgeous? Oh my goodness. So this is Sweet Fantasy Hydrangea that has sort of this tie-dyed look to it. It's beautiful. And we have some, look at the size of this one. Just gorgeous. And it has really filled into this great round mounding shape. The New Guinea, not the New Guinea, the plain regular impatiens. These are the beacon impatiens, which are, they do show some immunity to the downy mildew that impatiens can get. They are not having any problem for me, and I just feel like, oh, that's looking so good. It's just really making me happy. Down next to it, this is the false climbing hydrangea that I got this year. It's green, it's doing well. It's not really doing a lot yet, but that's okay. We'll see how that ends up. Here's another quick update. This is my LA Dreamin' hydrangea with some of our sun patients. Loving this color combination. Now notice that this hydrangea is looking rather droopy. I have read that the LA Dreamin' hydrangea is kind of like a leggy teenager. It takes a few years where it does look real leggy, where it's not super strong for its canes and it's going to splay out like this in your garden, but that after a few years it does become substantially more upright and stronger. So if you are with me on the journey of having an LA Dreamin' hydrangea, hang in there. It is going to be beautiful. It already is beautiful, but it's going to be even more so and more upright. This is the garden in the circular part near the driveway where we took out the grass this year and put in a miniature Japanese garden. I thought I'd just give you a little tour of how that's looking. So notice that although not all the moss survived, a lot of it did. And I'm really pleased with it. You can see the couple different kinds that I got, and it's been really hot. So to see that I have so much that has made it, I am thrilled with this moss order. And I think it's just going to get stronger and stronger. So I tried to put the moss around a lot of the conifers and Japanese maples that I planted. So I know that both are getting water, always a good thing, and that seems to have worked well, but there are still a number of spots around here that just have the moss. So here's one. I did lose a couple things. So this was Green Twinkles, which I loved as a Japanese maple. It did not make it. It seemed to get some black bark on it. My guess is it had some root rot there, so I did have to throw that one. It probably didn't have good enough drainage when I go and put that in. Again, I will definitely work on that, but you know, here's Daisy's White, which is a white spruce. That's looking great. Here is my adorable Snow White Lawson Cypress. Look at how good our green penguin came back. So green penguin had a lot of branches that looked like I hadn't watered it, which is true, and it has revived, which is great. Here is one of the Japanese maples. This is Winter Flame Coral Bark, doing fabulous. And these little fences really are doing well, keeping the bunnies away from all of them. Sherwood Compact, which is a dwarf mountain pine. I'm keeping an eye on Smitty, this is a dwarf Bosnian pine, and it has a little bit of browning going on, but we'll see how it goes. Scarlet Princess is looking great. Over here we have another Japanese maple. This is Coral Magic. Now, unfortunately, I did lose Piccolo, the umbrella pine, and I feel really, really sad about this. I don't know. I think it got enough water. It didn't make it. And for the best gardeners, that happens sometimes. We say we're very sorry, and I'll try again. Although now this time of year, I'm hoping to get some sales, so we'll see. I also have some Japanese maples in pots. So this is the Lillian's Jewel, sorry. Here is Tattoo, who is doing great in the pot. I decided to sort of see if they like this area first, and then we'll go from there. And here is our Oregon Green and Austrian Black Pine. That seems to be doing very well. We have some more hydrangea back here to give a little color, which is great. And another just like pot that I put in that gives a little pop of color back here too. So I am so pleased with the moss. I am thinking next year I might add some more moss. We'll see how it makes it through the winter, but it was not bad to order that, put it down, and here, even in the heat, I feel like we have a good start. So thank you so much for joining me, and I'll see you in the next video.